My parents threatened to sue me for the $500,000 house I rebuilt with my own hands so they could give it to my golden child brother. But when my lawyer started laughing, I finally realized they had picked the wrong son to break. I built that house with my bare hands. 5 years. Every nail, every beam, every perfect miter joint. And my parents looked at it and saw one thing. A gift for my brother. Leo's getting married. My dad growled over the phone. He needs stability. You're selfish. Rattling around in that big place alone. Sign it over. By Friday. Or we sue. Sue me. For my own house. The audacity was so enormous I almost laughed. Almost. See, they didn't know I was already sitting across from my lawyer, Julia Morse. I put Dad on speaker. Could you repeat that? I said. My legal counsel is listening. He did. Word for word. Chest puffed. Voice dripping with authority. Julia looked at me. Then she laughed. Not a polite chuckle. A full, throaty, lion-eating-a-mouse laugh. On what grounds exactly, Mr. Miller? She said, still smiling. You're suing your son for property he legally owns? I'm dying to hear this legal theory. My mother jumped in. He knows what he owes us. We raised him. Julia's smile vanished instantly. Raising a child is a legal duty, not a predatory loan. Ice cold. You'll be hearing from my office. She hung up before they could breathe. I felt something crack open inside me. The fear, the guilt. 34 years of shrinking myself to make room for Leo. Gone. But here's what they didn't know. I'd already hired a private investigator named Marco, because at Thanksgiving, drunk on expensive wine, Leo had slipped. Thank God for Grandma's inheritance. That money was just burning a hole in my pocket. My grandmother had told me, promised me, equal shares, a trust, life-changing money. They said she changed her mind at the end, left me nothing but a box of rusty old tools. I believed them. Catastrophic mistake. Marco came back in 5 days with a folder that ended my old life. Irrevocable trust, equal shares, two $10,000 total, $105,000 mine. My parents, as executors, had buried the real will, filed a fake one, transferred everything to a joint account with Leo, then spent it. Europe, a totaled sports car, a crypto scam, all of it, gone. And they'd been filing me as a tax dependent for 5 years after I was self-sufficient. Federal fraud, my name, their crimes. Julia called it a criminal case masquerading as a civil dispute. Then she built a trap. Call your mother, she said. Sound beaten. Invite them to dinner. Make them think you're caving. I physically recoiled. It's a stage, Julia said, and they won't be able to resist the chance to gloat. One more guest on the list, Mr. David Abernathy, my dad's oldest friend, pillar of the community, the man whose respect my father valued more than anything on earth. They arrived smug. Dad scanned my handcrafted moldings like a property inspector. Mom gave me a hug that felt like a restraining order. Leo wouldn't look at me. Dad cleared his throat and performed for Abernathy. We're willing to drop the lawsuit, he announced magnanimously. In exchange, you gift Leo the equity. Think of it as your moral and familial duty. Leo smirked at his plate. I let the silence sit. Then, no, Dad's face cracked. What did you? No, here's my offer. You dismiss the lawsuit within 24 hours. Wire $210,000 plus compound interest within 30 days. File amended tax returns and pay every fine directly to the IRS. Dad slammed the table so hard the wine glasses shook. How dare you? The kitchen door opened. Julia walked out. Black portfolio. Zero expression. Richard, Gloria. Her voice cut the room like glass. Let's start with Exhibit A. She laid the real will on my walnut table. Then the bank statements. Then 7 years of fraudulent tax returns. And then she turned, slowly, deliberately, to Abernathy. David, you built a business with this man. You trusted him with your livelihood. A pause. He used the reputation you helped him build as a shield to hide these crimes. The room went silent. My father looked at Abernathy. Abernathy looked back, not with anger, with disgust. My father opened his mouth. Nothing came out. 40 years of reputation, shattered in 10 seconds. In his own son's home, at a table his son built with his own 2 hands. Their lawyer called Julia's office at 10:14 the next morning. Full story on channel, link below.